Right, guys, welcome back. This is the Above Average FPL podcast. My name's Adam, and as always, joined by Baker. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. The family's all a bit sicky. We've all had a cold for like 2 weeks. Like none of us can get rid of it. It just seems to be getting worse. But I'm seem to be doing the better of it of the three of us. But yeah, I'm keeping the voice down a little because Eddie's asleep next door.
Fair enough. Yeah,
so not too excitable tonight. Not too excitable.
Little ones have been ill already in the last 10 days for me. So hopefully we're through that. So obviously Gameweek 14 team selection today. A few bits to go through. Not so much. We want to try and get through it in about half an hour. I can already see Flapjack's doing his research in the chat for deadline dilemmas in about half an hour. So that's good. But yeah, once we're done, head over to those guys. And so basically what we're going to do is we're just going to look through pretty much just this weekend's fixtures, have a look at where our teams are set, and then answer any questions that anybody has in the chat. And we really want to keep it as simple as that today, I think.
Yeah, quick one.
I think it's just because, we expect it to be quite a high scoring week. And there's, even with what we're seeing tonight with, obviously Darwin getting rested, Salah's playing, City have obviously got a weak Spurs. And, they came back quite well. And all my players returned this week in the Champions League. That's perfect. And
that's unbelievable. Like for those that don't always watch on a Sunday. So you got
Haaland, Alvarez, Foden. Yeah, they had
Bruno.
And Bruno. And they had seven returns in their games
in Champions
the Champions League.
Unbelievable. Just shows they're not bad players, mate. They just
I know. So, but frustrating, obviously, to see them do it in the midweek and not when I need them to in my team. But, they can hang around for a little bit longer. Tottenham are relatively weak at the back right now, very much makeshift. So, we'll see. I want Tottenham to win, obviously, but we'll have to wait and see.
But people are going to want to hear our Tottenham take for the weekend, I suspect, because it is Haaland v Salah, isn't it, for the weekend? And I guess I just put the captaincy on Mo as soon as the bus team came up. Just put it on, home to Fulham. That's where it is. And also partially, you never like captaining against your own team. And it's been a long time, even though we've had a pretty pretty bad few years, really. It's been a long time since I think, I've captained against my own team. I did Salah a triple captain against us a couple of seasons back.
Yeah.
That was bad. But yeah, I guess we expect. Do you expect Dyer to come back in, or do you think it'll be Davies and Royal again?
I'd expect Dyer to come back in, to be honest. I think that I just find Royal he just wanders, and I just never feel comfortable with him being at centre back. I think Dyer's, I wouldn't say solid, but he's a bigger man, and Haaland will just knock Davis and Royal around, right? And I think Dyer can give us more of a physical presence at the back. That fine. Obviously, he's not anywhere near the kind of quality to try and stop Haaland, but he's a physical presence. He'll get in the way. He'll be useful in that sense. And maybe he does just knock Haaland off the ball a few times, and it causes a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people realise just how short a team we are now is because Sarr sounds like that injury's still not cleared up. So, he's probably like our only rangy fielder. Richarlison's obviously not there, so not good in the air. Your number 9 is no good in the air. Brennan Johnson's no good in the air. Kulusevski's no good in the air.
This is exactly the thing I was saying at the weekend. Was like we're looking at all these like Porro crossing it in. I'm like, who are we crossing to? Like, because our centre backs are Ben Davies, who can head a ball, but he's short, and he's not like your typical.
Yeah.
And then Royal.
When the balls go in the box, like when he does that.
Who else is there though? Who else would head the ball in that side? Like can you think of anyone in that team? You'd say as a header of
Destiny.
the ball?
Destiny's probably the bit that is Destiny's an okay header of a ball, and Dyer's an okay header of the ball. Other than that, we haven't really got anyone in the squad. But there's two problems, isn't there? You either play Davies and Royal, and that's obviously
horrific
headers wise, or you play Dyer, but then Dyer with a high line is just you just can't get the ball out.
Yeah.
We don't know what Pochettino will do. I think it's a big one to listen to it. What we do have to remember is that hold on. Did I call him Pochettino?
You did call him. Yeah, just roll that back.
I was looking over. I'm going to blame Rob T's graphics. I was looking over stats and saw Chelsea at over 2xG. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. I was waiting for it. I was trying to. That's horrible. Have a drink, mate. Have some Fireball or something.
But yeah, Ange is obviously a big Pep fanboy. That's his thing. Like, people don't think he is because he's older, but he is. He's a massive Pep fanboy. This is the highlight of his career. He's played him once in Japan, and they played very well against them. But this is his pinnacle, effectively. In terms of the highlight of his career, he's thought a lot about this. He has thought a lot about this. There is a possibility that Ange does try to get one over him, like we've seen before with Potter at Brighton. Yeah. Those players that he respects it. I do think, but that way goes the other way around as well. In that, I think Pep will be respectful of Ange. That he's a fan of his work, and therefore he will want the control. He will want that piece. Yeah, but would any of us be surprised if we lost 5-0 on the weekend?
No. So, I mean, I say Haaland's a pretty reasonable captain choice, I think. I'm the same as you at the moment. I've got Salah as my captain as well. So, just think, he's just been more explosive at home this season so far. Maybe I don't expect that to change. I mean, it depends on when he gets brought off. I mean, that could change depending on, what happens in the game tonight.
If we hear that Sarr is out tomorrow, I think that would probably be my final nail in the coffin. That I would.
You twitch it.
Yeah. I just don't see how we get the ball out. Otherwise than that, I just don't see how it comes back. We need his engine. If you have Bissouma and Sarr, and you've got the rest can play, but when it's like it was last week, where it's all attackers and all fullbacks, that just feels bad.
Yeah. Cool. Let's move on to the fixtures. But before we do, just thank you everyone that's turning up to watch this stream live. If you are watching it back, make sure you do hit that like button. If you're watching it live, hit the like button. And make sure you hit that subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Let us know what transfer you're going to be doing this week. And yeah, and also just to let everyone know, it arrived. It arrived. It's there.
There it is.
It's out of focus, but it's there. Shall I go and get it?
No, you don't need to
leave
get
it
it. I've seen our friend Nima in the chat. I don't know if he's got up on the wall his gold award yet, but we have the bronze winner up. Pride of place.
That gold award is on absolutely everything they have right now. Like he's been carrying it around in his laptop bag or whatever. I'm sure. I'm almost certain.
And you have that up, and I have some official merch.
Nice.
Look at this. Look at this.
You need to get higher, mate. You need to get higher, mate.
Oh, higher.
There we go. Nice. Those are on the way to me.
Above average FPL hoodie.
Nice, man. Looking forward to the beanie as well. My hair is a disgrace.
Yeah, need it at the moment. Yeah, I need it.
It's cold. It's cold. Let's look at the fixtures then. So this week it just looks like it's going to be a lot of home fun. The title is Brian's on my mind. I mean, I think for everybody, it feels like it's obvious to say. Everyone's been talking about it all week. I don't think we need to really over-egg it too much. But Mbeumo being pretty much the only focal transfer, I think that people need to make this week, and I don't think we need to be looking too far outside that. To be honest, there's nothing else really there.
Yeah, I mean, Mbeumo's obviously a fantastic transfer. Also, I've already done it, so that's me finished pretty quickly. I did Diaby to Mbeumo on Sunday night, literally at the end of the podcast. So that's me there. I do think looking at this though, so we've got Arsenal, Brentford, Chelsea, Liverpool, and City. So they're good teams. Brentford, obviously, there's limited options, I would say, from it. But Arsenal, Newcastle even, home to Man United is, 1.75 expected goals in that. Pretty good.
And they can explode at home. So we've seen that last week. We've seen that earlier on in the season as well. I've seen it in the back end of last season. They do tend to explode at home.
So there's probably players that most of us don't have that have really good fixtures. So if I look at it this week and I just look down the players that are in good fixtures that I don't have Saka. Obviously, don't have any other Arsenal attack in this. I don't have Gordon. I don't have Isaac. I don't have Palmer. I don't have Sterling. I don't have Darwin. I don't have Diaz. And I think he probably gets a fair bump on his minutes with Jota out longer term. And I don't have Alvarez. I don't have Foden. So that's 9 really strong players there, I think I mentioned there, that I don't have this weekend. And I think most of us are in that position. So I do think there is an argument, especially with 3 games in a week coming up, of if you were going to hit, or if you've got your 2 free transfers, I think there's a good argument to use them this week. Because this doesn't look like the sort of week where you want to go in with a bad team, even if just getting a good team treads you water so that you're okay midweek next week and the weekend after that. So we've heard some news tonight about Watkins with a knock. That'll be enough. As soon as they flag him, I mean, the transfers Watkins to Darwin is just going to...
Yeah, it's true.
On the app as soon as they flag him, because they will flag him because he's been rested out of the squad tonight. So there'll be probably 100,000 transfers tomorrow on straight from Watkins to Darwin. Then we've also got Bowen news to come. So, and I don't know how much we'll get from that, because obviously
we won't because we knew he was out tonight, and all you're going to get post Europa is the same deal, and Moyes is only going to be able to comment on the players that have just played. He's not going to have any new information on Bowen, and then you won't get a presser.
And they might not train tomorrow because they're coming back from Serbia tonight. So if they do train it'll be tomorrow afternoon, if that. They'll likely have a light training Saturday morning, so you might not find anything out until, say, Saturday morning on Bowen. But if he doesn't make it again, I think the fixtures start getting worse. I've probably got to take a hit and move, which is not so easy. Don't exactly know well, because the obvious one is you could go like to Saka, for example, but he's £1 million more than Bowen now. I haven't got £1 million
It's a
sitting
lot.
around.
It's a lot. Trying to get up to Saka for me personally, as it was a nightmare to try and find any money.
Yep.
I've got to make all sorts of weird moves to make that happen.
Yep. So I think Gordon is an easy option if you've got Bowen. I think Palmer and Sterling, you can go on early on them.
I think Sterling's a great pick from now.
The only problem is the 4 yellows. The only problem is the 4 yellows. Like, that's 6 games or so that he's got to get through on 4 yellows. You just know it's going to bite you. But Palmer's on 3 yellows.
Yeah, I mean, it could be done by this time next week.
Yeah. I am really tempted on Luis Diaz as a real outside punt.
There's so many on you. There's so many on 4 yellows right now. It's insane.
Yeah, I really like the idea. Like, obviously he's fresh in that he hasn't played a huge amount. And Fulham and Sheffield United. Yeah, I think you could see him feast in those games. Could he also come off on 50 minutes in each of the games or not play because Gakpo play one of them? Yeah, he could do that too, and that's the worry on him. But he's there, and then I actually think Foden's playing really good football. I know you've got Foden, but I actually think Foden is playing. He's on it. Like, watching him again in midweek, he was much closer to Haaland, and we suspected, didn't we, that if that news was right last week that Alvarez potentially was going to be benched, then it would have been Foden up close with Haaland. Yeah, I like Foden this week.
Well, hopefully, I mean, yeah, hopefully it's a game that it's a game that could completely explode. It's a game that could have a huge amount of goals. Tottenham are going to be extremely open. City are at home. I mean, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on last week's game. Just like I said when they played Arsenal, like these games against these top teams in the league, and I'm definitely not counting the quality of our squad in there right now, but it's a different game, right? And of course we factor that in, but ultimately you don't judge the games against the bigger teams for when you want to target, oh my God, I'm going to say it, the smaller teams, or the weaker teams. And, our squad right now is weak. So, you pick the opportunities to attack those. And I'm sitting there with 3 City players, and I'm relatively happy from an FPL perspective.
But Pep is, but I don't think people should underestimate how much Tottenham are in Pep's head.
Oh.
Like, it's all he ever talks about. Like, he mentions it so often that he's not scored at the stadium. Like, they've not scored a single goal at Tottenham Stadium. I know it's away, but he likes to talk about how much of a hoodoo we have over Man City.
Yeah.
We
went 2-0 up there last. I think we went 2-0 up at the end of last season, didn't we? Over down there as well. First half, we went 2-0 up and then lost 4-2, 5-2, something like that.
He will be respectful. He will be respectful for Tottenham, even though we've just got no players. He will. But yeah, I think it's a good week to attack it, because I think if you don't attack it and you end up going in with a really bad team this week, you are going to get. There's no way all of these good home teams this week, they all mess up.
Yeah, it's true.
There's no way we're not sitting here Sunday night talking about 5 or 6 teams that comfortably score over 2 XG.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
What's inevitably now going to happen?
Yeah. There's going to be a few. There's going to be a few that have that have many in these teams already, and with luxury transfers and stuff like that flying around. There are a few. What do you reckon the best move is for those kind of guys? Are we looking at like a keeper transfer moving into a Raya, or are we looking at like Forest fixtures are all right for the next few? As we said, like getting on Chelsea early seems to be good.
If you're going to do a keeper switch, you just get Kelleher in.
You think that's the right move?
Yeah, I just do it.
You just do it for your 3.9 though?
Yeah.
You just leave out.
I'd probably do it for Areola.
But then you've got another transfer to make down the line.
I honestly, like, if it gives you, depends what it gives you. Depends like where your monies are and what you need. But
yeah, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do in 3 weeks' time? Like, because there's people sitting on a. So what's the goalkeeper pairing people are sitting on at the moment? I know you're Fleck and Areola, but there's a few Strakoshas, there's a few Turners.
There's still a lot of people that've got Turner, haven't they? So if they've got Turner, they'll get rid of Turner.
Just do that one. Yeah. Just do that one.
Yeah. If you've got Turner, then that's an easier one.
Mate, if you're sitting, I mean, we're not all in the position that you are. 2 starting keepers doesn't work like that for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get rid of Flecken, but I do keep thinking, oh, well, he's got his double come in. Maybe I'll just keep him.
Keep him for the double.
I've got to play him this week, haven't I? Home to Luton.
Yeah.
As opposed to West Ham, home to Palace.
Yeah, I think so.
I know obviously Ezra's not there for Palace, but
Elise is.
I've got to play Flecken.
Yeah.
It's just even one of those where, because, like I say, because there is so many good fixtures, you're like, also I'm taking on the keeper. Yes, 40% of the game own.
Yeah,
it's true. There's definitely some risk in there this week. But hey, it can go our way.
Yeah,
maybe we're not cursed.
The RB scored, by the way, just so you know.
Of course he has.
Yes. Oh, I need to apologise. Actually, there were people that watched this before they watched their Villa game in the Europa League. So if I've ruined someone's Europa League Villa game, I'm sorry.
No, I said we won't apologise. I was just stonewall, just straight back.
We got about 6 or 7 minutes, mate. Let's move on to team. So, I mean, we're saying Mbeumo top priority. Outside of that, there's a shit ton of good home teams.
It's just good for ages.
Yeah.
With Mbeumo. This is it now. Get him in.
Yeah. I'm looking at... It's tough for me. As I say, I physically can't get to Saka. So there's nobody in that Arsenal team that I would... that can cover, right? So I have to go elsewhere. Not this week.
But we just have to... for those of you like me and you that are not on Arsenal attack, which is horrible, it is horrible. I've seen so many people go, oh God, like they're not doing it and stuff like that. No, it's horrible not owning them. They've got Wolves at home this week and then they've got Luton away in midweek. But after that, away to Villa's not great. It's not great. Oh yeah, home to Brighton, pretty good. But then away to Liverpool.
This is why I'm looking at Chelsea, because they've got Brighton, then they've got United, and then they've got, who's the other one?
They're still just good. They're just good. But like you say, Saka is starting to get expensive.
Yeah, real expensive. 8.8.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my team as it stands at the moment. I've got Areola in goal because I can't start Strakosha. Cher, Gabriel, Tsimikas at the back. And I've got Foden, Bruno, who's likely to become Mbeumo. Palmer and Salah captain. Haaland, Watkins, Alvarez. Now we'll just wait. I mean, I'm happy enough having Anderson as my first bench for Watkins there. That's not really an issue. 0-0 draw is probably not the worst prediction for West Ham versus Palace. So I will need to take a -4 to get Mbeumo in. And the reason for that, everyone is aware that about 3 minutes after Cash put out Bentancur, I took him out for Gabriel.
Which feels more vindicated now we know he's out till February.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, he's got previous as well. So I hate the guy.
Yeah.
I hate the guy because, Bentancur was looking...
I'm basically done with Matt Cash forever.
Oh, done. Yeah, he's done.
That's
done.
it. We're
Forever.
done.
Forever. So that's my team. I got 1.1 million in the bank, so I can't get anybody. So like Foden to Saka's like 0.2 out. And my next expensive. I mean, if I go Bruno to Mbeumo, then I should be able to do it.
Quite easily.
Quite easily.
As I said, that he's potentially back within a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
There is a potential on that side.
But then their
So,
fixtures change. So because their fixtures change at 15, like they're done anyway. So Eza becomes like
yeah.
Sterling or whatever.
But I guess if you do Bumo in for Bruno, then you've got a load of money. So then you can work out wherever you can go wherever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Foden's 7.5, I think, rather than 7. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what I was trying to do. Sorry. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to do Eze to Saka, and that wasn't working.
Yeah.
I was just short of that. But no, I'm now, because I'm now 0.3 short of that particular move. But I can do all that, and then I can get Sterling in for Foden or whatever, and in a few weeks' time, I think, and it all kind of works. Its way, together quite nicely. Actually, it all works its way quite nicely. So I take the hit now, as you say, and I do remove a minutes monster over the next week, which is really, really tough. That's the only thing that I'm just concerned about.
I get it.
Is the minutes, and it's Chelsea and Bournemouth, right? I mean, it's not even like Newcastle's away is tough, but it's Chelsea and Bournemouth. I don't think they're both at home as well. I could hold on to Bruno, and I could take out Foden, or I could take out Eze. I could just take out Eze and go to Mbeumo, but then who do I bench?
I don't think that is the huge worry, the bench thing. No,
but if
having a bad first bench isn't the worst thing in the world.
No. But so scenario this. So I bring in Mbeumo for Eze.
Yeah.
And then I play him instead of Palmer.
I'd play him. I think I'd play him ahead of
Alvarez. Yeah, okay. I just think there's too many goals in the game. It's not like he's
a lot of eggs in the basket as well, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of eggs in the basket.
But if there's a team that could put up 4 XG against Spurs right now, it's City.
But then move that captain over to
Haaland.
Right now.
Yeah, it's all of that, isn't it? Yeah, no, fair.
I think both of us are talking ourselves into we just move the captaincy to Haaland this week.
Let's get onto your team, mate. We got to get out of here soon. So
yeah. So I'm playing Flecken over Areola, as I mentioned. I've got Saliba, Cher, and Tsimikas. So I'm benching Porro at the moment. So Porro versus Cher. Look, Porro can return in any game, but like we've just seen, he basically starts at 0 points. So he could get an assist and still work getting up with 3 points this week. Whereas, you just have to say Newcastle good at home. So I'm playing Cher. Mbeumo, Bowen, Salah, Son, Adingra, Watkins, Haaland. I've got 0.1 in the bank and I've made my transfer. So I'm going to need to take a hit if either Watkins looks dodgy or Bowen looks dodgy.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could have one of the two being dodgy, it would be Watkins, because Watkins down to Darwin frees me up a lot of money to do something in midweek with Adingra, because I want rid of him. Like just can't trust Brighton. I mean, they turn it on in Europe. They do fantastically, but he's also playing 90 minutes every game.
Yeah.
He's playing full games in Europe and then full games on the weekend. Like, he's knackered.
It's tough. He's what,
19, they are 20? They are running Adingra into the ground. Like, I think he's a massive talent, but he's actually just playing just too many minutes for them. So yeah, especially so I wouldn't mind for, if Watkins to Darwin, it's still on my mind, because I could go to like Hwang from Adingra next week and chase that Burnley and Forest in 15-16.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I was kind of hoping we'd get something on Neto, but obviously he's not ready yet.
I could do that. I could just stick it on Palmer and just leave him there for a long time, but then I'm not so rushed to do that. I could go Gordon. That's also out there for him. But yeah, so if Watkins went down to Darwin, then I've got a bit of money to muck around with Dingo. I don't hate it. The Bowen one I hate more, actually, because where do you go at his price to free up some money?
Morgan Gibbs White.
Just
I
can't
mean,
do it.
it's Palmer, isn't it? It's Palmer.
It
It is.
probably is. It
It's
probably
Palmer. You
is.
just switch out Adingra for Palmer, essentially.
Well, no, because I'm switching Bowen.
No, I know, yeah, but you go Bowen.
Yeah.
You go Bowen down to Palmer, and then Adingra moves up to somebody that you want.
But who is that?
Oh, but who is that?
Still that? Yeah, it's
I'll just
still.
get Sterling. Just go double.
You could. I could go Bowen Sterling this week.
Yeah, I was looking. Who is it? So, sorry. So yeah, it's Brighton. Then it's Brighton, then United. Yeah, next two fixtures, and then it's Everton, Sheffield United, Wolves, Palace, Luton, Fulham.
But it's that four bookings. It's the only thing that I then have to make another move for.
Yeah.
But I figure like next week, because I've got 4 playable defenders, they've all got a good game next week.
Yeah.
So
Martin Keenan said Luis Diaz, but if you notice, he's gone Watkins to Darwin already, so he won't have the Liverpool slot.
Oh, well, I would do if I keep Watkins, which I probably will.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
I'm assuming Watkins is fine.
Oh, okay, fair.
So Luis Diaz is definitely an option for Bowen. Sterling is definitely an option for Bowen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need to think about Bruno as well, because Bruno's still on 4 yellows.
Yeah. But it forces your hand when it happens. But maybe because everyone's there, then you just stop thinking so much about these bookings and just go for the best player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Sterling, for example, could get a hat-trick against Brighton. Easy.
And I saw something that he has. I think out of all current players, he has won the most penalties out of anyone.
Yeah, but then I want Palmer too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Palmer and Sterling, just getting both. You get all the love.
Get both. I just got a sneaky about Diaz.
Yeah,
it is Diaz or Sterling. I think would be my fun picks for Bowen this week.
So if there's any questions, we're going to do 2 or 3 minutes max, and then if you guys want to head over to Fantasy Football Scout, not often we plug someone else, but head over to Fantasy Football Scout. Go check out Praz and Flapjack as they go deal with some deadline dilemmas as well. But you can ask us for our opinions if you want in the chat, and you'll see that just here to thank the guys that support us on Patreon. So patreon.com/AboveAverageFPL. Really appreciate you guys' support. It's the Discord chat is loads of fun, and the games are restarting again. So Last Man Standing starting again.
Yeah.
There's a new month for the Discord League. Blackjack's going well, which is the Blackjack game's going well. It's a bit of fun. Seems to work.
It's not. Let's just spell. We're not doing a gambling game there. It's basically
a
fantasy football based on the scoring of blackjack.
Yes, yes. You have to get to 21.
In case we get accused of promoting gambling. We're not promoting gambling in this world. We're using the scoring method.
Yeah.
Some of the questions in.
Let's go.
Son to Saka. I mean,
no,
just no on mine.
Archer to João Pedro.
I really like it now. Like, he's done it again tonight. I don't know how he even got that penalty tonight on VAR, because he just died. He just knows he's, like Tony just somehow always managed to get penalties because Tony's really good at penalties, and Brentford did. João Pedro's that man.
Yeah.
He finds a way to get penalties because he's so damn good at them. So yeah, I like the João Pedro shout.
Raya. Just. I don't know. I think Sanchez is good, obviously, for plenty of fixtures beyond 16. That's the thing. But again, still not 100% on.
I think I'll go Raya.
Yeah.
Cool. Liking Pedro broke the stream is what FPL Discomfort said. On that note.
Yeah, apologies if you've missed all that and we've just frozen, but we're going to have to go. We've got to go.
We have to go. We gave loads of good advice. Go see the boys at Scout, and we'll catch you on Sunday.
Sounds good, mate. Catch you later.
See you later.